Yo, Philly 254 living life. Back at it. So as we showed in the last video, Stadia controller. Whoop, rip. Pour one out for the homie. Stadia. The Stadia controller is now Bluetooth enabled. So the question is, how well of a Bluetooth controller is it? And does it even work with the Steam Deck? We're about to find out. But first, real fast before we get into it, like and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Do the YouTube jazz and meringue. You know how it is. Let's get into it. So, grab it real quick. Stadia controller. How well does it work with the Steam Deck? Flawlessly, really. As far as basic functions, it works flawlessly. And I'm assuming that's the same with a lot of different devices, but I have heard some rumors, some people, I don't say rumors, but some conversation where people are saying it's not connecting with other devices in their home or whatnot. You know, and I don't know 100%. I don't have an Xbox One X or anything to really test it on. So, or PlayStation or anything to test it on, so I can't really fully verify that. But I was able to connect it to my Android phone, and I was able to connect it to my Steam Deck, obviously. So, speaking of connected to Android and Steam Deck and whatnot and what have you, how do you do it? It's real simple. So when you first set it up for Bluetooth, it will automatically turn on and just be looking for something to connect to. And all you got to do is just look into your whatever device, Bluetooth enabled device you have, and look in its Bluetooth settings and look for that. I think it says it's labeled as Stadia and some numbers afterwards or whatnot. Click it and you're in there like swimwear. But as far as full functionality, I threw it over here like I wasn't gonna pick it right back up. As far as full functionality, there's definitely some things that can be a problem. But because keep in mind, this is just a quick little. This was a quick. I won't say a quick, but this was an update. They just threw it out there. You know, hey, we're out of here. Our last parting present to y'all, Bluetooth enabled. This controller was not meant to be Bluetooth enabled, really. So, with that being said, it's not really functional. It's not super functional as some like a Steel Series or something like that. It's not gonna have all the different functionalities. Even the functionalities that it had before the update are pretty much all gone. So when I say that, it's basically the only buttons that work are the buttons that control your games and your start and select buttons. Other buttons, and your Stadia button, of course. Other buttons are no-go. Speak of the Stadia button, I almost forgot. Whenever, let's say you want to connect it to another device, or let's just say for whatever reason it didn't show Bluetooth enabled or ready to connect when you first did the update. All you really got to do to get it ready for to connect to another device or your initial device if it didn't work initially is hold that Stadia button down with the Y button. That activates its connectivity mode or whatnot. Look at whatever device you're looking for, or you're trying to connect to it, Bluetooth enabled device, you're in there. All right, so when I say functionality, back to what I was saying, is the start button, select buttons, and all your game controls work. But the Stadia buttons, or I won't say not Stadia button, but the Google Home button, that's a no-go. You're out of here. That ain't gonna happen. The screen, I don't know, screenshot button that it has, that doesn't work either. Not a thing. Definitely not a thing. And now, of course, obviously, it still charges the way it always did. No big deal. But one of the biggest, also, this 3.5 jack for headsets, that's a no-go as well. And I think, but all of that, to be honest with you, I'm good. It's all good. It's all good to me. It's all good to me. But the biggest loss, and I didn't even notice it at first, was the loss of Rumble support. No longer a thing. No longer a thing. I think there are people out there trying to figure out some kind of way to try to maybe get it to work or whatnot. And if they have, they have. High five. But as initially out the box, once the update is completed, this is just a basic. Oh, got my box. This is just a basic controller. Straight up basic. Nothing crazy. It doesn't do nothing special. It doesn't do anything out the box like crazy. It's just a basic controller to play your games on. Unfortunately, but you know, Stadia was working on, I'm pretty sure had they had more time, had more resources, and they weren't really constrained like they were, they probably would have been able to fully get everything going. But literally this got this out the door. I say Stadia, Google, I guess you could say it's Stadia team. They got it out the door as fast as they could. And with that being said, we lost pretty much any extracurricular functionality that this bad boy will have. So, but that wasn't, considering the fact that we didn't even think they were going to give us Bluetooth, and this was just going to be a paperweight. I'll take that. I'll take that. I use it all the time. Now, if I want some, well, I don't say I use it all the time. I've been using it quite a bit. Of course, in my actual review, me just kind of testing things out. Everything looks fine. Everything feels fine. But I'm not really tripping too hard. But if you're a person who needs Rumble support, a lot of times I turn off Rumble support on my games. Sometimes it bothers me. I'm gonna be honest. It distracts me. But for people who that's like a game breaker, a deal breaker, should I say? Yeah, that's gonna be a problem because it ain't here. So if you just want to just play your games, don't worry about Rumble. Don't worry about extra button functionalities or whatnot. You're in there. The Stadia controller will definitely take care of that for you. But if you're looking for anything extra, if you're looking for anything that the Stadia controller used to do when it was wireless, that's gone. Yeah, no Rumble, no 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. I mean, the jack is there, but it doesn't work. The screenshot button's dead, obviously. The Google Assistant button is dead. It is what it is, though, huh? So, I'll say, in an overall rating, man, I keep saying I really need to come up with a rating that, but 1 to 5, whatever. 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. I keep flip-flopping this, I think. 1 worst, 5 the best. For what it is, Bluetooth control, we'll give it a 5 for that. But as far as anything extra as a Bluetooth controller, when you want to compare it to the competition, other Bluetooth controllers, yeah, that's like a 1. I won't say 1 because it still feels good. It works. So I'll give it like a 2, 3. We'll give it a 3. A 3. Because as far as actual controlling games and how it feels and everything else and buttons, that's all great. That, of course, ain't no software update gonna change that. But as far as functionality and functions and then whatnot, and some would consider Rumble a very basic function, that's all gone. So, anyway, if you like the video, you like more Stadia news, through the playlist. You know how it is. And we out.